Hello. Hi, everybody. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Hello, good morning, everybody. Oh, shit, that's funny. Good morning, Book and Barbie and Inspector and Special. Good morning, Victoria, Unwinged, Arcadian and Danae. Good morning, Tourmaline. I can speak, I swear. Natural, good morning. Sarah, good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are we all feeling today? How are we all feeling? I need to apologize for my tardiness first and foremost. I had every intention of being live an hour and 15 minutes ago. I sadly have very little control over my stomach this morning. Not in like a ill kind of way, just in a this is nausea kind of way. So I feel fine. Here, look, a live and running tally of what I feel like after my second dose of Pfizer vaccine and the side effect that I am currently dealing with, nausea. And I just kind of feel stomach and brain are not in cahoots this morning. So life does happen. Life does happen, Sarah. Now, that was never, the potential of that side effect was never going to be a reason to not get the vaccine for me, because I'm pro-science like that. But yeah, this morning didn't feel great. I feel good. I feel okay. But my body was just like, oh, surprise. Good morning and surprise. Thank you all so much for the good vibes and your patience today as well. I believe there were discussions of legumes and bananas most recently that I caught. I'll be interested to see what that was about. Chat was great. Nice. I thought so. T-girl, I got Pfizer. So I got my first shot about a month ago, and then my second shot was yesterday, and I felt fine. I was up late last night on the Discord, but then yeah, I woke up at 5 to 6, and stomach just not happy with it, not happy with me today, rather. So I was like, oh, okay. Didn't even get out of bed. Just felt awful. And then continued to feel miserable, and then kind of had a moment of clarity at 5 to 7 being like, oh shit, that live stream's going to be late. But I got here. I feel much better. It was just justice for legumes. Who started the war of the legumes? Who started? It started with peanuts. Right, I understand. Okay, so fortunately, I've woken up and there's nothing new in Girl World, which is good. That's good. So there's nothing that I'm going to speak about that I haven't already kind of formed my opinions and ideas about. And to be fair, we're watching two pieces of content that have been out in the wild for a while now. They're both 24 hours old at least. So I feel like everybody's seen it in one format or another. I don't know what other reaction channels have done, so it'll be news to me when I get there. Window. Fresh air will help with this feeling of queasiness. And so yeah, we're going to do that. Now, prefacing, as we always say, and I forgot to put my chat thing on because I'm the worst. Hi. Disclaimers right at the front. I am not a mental or physical healthcare professional. I do not pretend to be. These are just the opinions of a dude who lost some weight on the internet. Akira, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. Welcome. We're not here to bully, we're not here to hate, we're not here to shame, we're not here to humiliate, we're not here to do any of these things. We're here to talk about the produced and monetized content on this platform. With that being said, the Foodies live stream from yesterday was just a wreck of dead air. It was. I'm telling you now, team. I went through the entire thing last night while I was still feeling good. I clip showed it together, and it's 14 minutes of content that's not recycled discussions or highs. So we've got that to look forward to. We're also going to be looking at Miss Amberlynn Reid's. For some reason I thought there'd be a day two. Miss Amberlynn Reid's weigh in what I ate today, takeout edition, day one. So that's already got me a little bit mad, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. So we're going to be looking at those two things today. Now, ginger tea is good for the tummy. Ooh. Do I have any ginger? I don't think so. I've got some minced ginger in the fridge. Could I make a tea out of that? Maybe with some honey so it doesn't hit me. I'm currently just on water. Peppermint helps too. Nice. Where do bananas and legumes fit into the discussion of nausea? Yeah, wasted. We'll get into it. We had some good running hypotheses yesterday, and again, it is legitimately about unpacking what we're told and shown as an audience, not about anything actually going on in the behind the scenes. It's always interesting to preface the questions with what if this were actually happening and we're not being shown? Don't mention the gravy. Add some minced ginger to your water. Yes, of course. Of course. Banana's probably not the best for nausea. Hello, Lucas. You're probably right. Again, my apologies and thanks for the patience on this stream team. I hear everyone's been really well behaved, and had great conversations about legumes of all things. That sounds. I'm not going to say it's on brand for a pulpy chat, but getting sidetracked and diving down a rabbit hole certainly seems on brand. We're going to start with. Let's start with the amber of it all. Also, I swear I'm trying to get that phrase out of my vocabulary. I am. I promise. I don't think my desktop audio is working. Hold on. Oh, that's why, because the OBS updated, by the way, overnight. At least the lab that I use updated overnight. So that would be why all of my everything isn't working. Audio output would be that one. Please hold. Your call is important to us. There we go. I think everyone heard that. And birds! Wally, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. Welcome to Pulpster. You popped on just in time for my post in the cleanup. So Watcher Jen, I'm very glad. I apologize again for my tardiness, but I'm going to stop doing that because I know it gets tired. All right, let's go. Amber's is boring. Rain? Probably. It is. But we'll have a discussion about it all. Now, of particular interest with this recording is that in between day 0 and day 1 of this journey, excuse me. I'm just kindly waiting for the plane to shift it. See ya. Now, in regards to this journey, this is interesting because between day 0 and day 1, we got that live stream. So, tonally, there's a lot of difference. Also, just a reminder on this channel, we really don't talk about the visual and the physicality of it all, but there is a very prominent timeline marker that we have seen in days 0 and 1 versus the live stream. So, it is reasonable for an audience to make a conclusion that this was filmed before yesterday. Yesterday, day before, whenever the live stream was. How far ago this was filmed, I mean, that's a question the audience actually asks because, again, we've been fooled before and shame on us. But yeah, let's go. Hey, Luxie. I'm sorry. Apples helped your stomach? Curious. Anyway, we're gonna watch. It's 9 minutes, so let's do it. Let's do a shock and let's watch it at normal speed, just for fun.
Welcome to day 1 of Curvy Calories.
This is not day 1 of Curvy Calories. I'm 3 seconds in and already calling it out. This is not, hey Yasmin, yeah, just a bit of nausea, so I'm dealing with that. I'm not going to work today, so we're going to do this, and you know what? If we catch a live in the wild, we'll catch it. We're expecting a Foodie Beauty time warp. That's the thing that's going to happen, so maybe I'll just watch some Twin Peaks and get caught up. Back to Amber. This is not day 1 of Curvy Calories. Day 1 of Curly Calories? Huh. No. Day 1 of Curvy Calories occurred in the past. It has already happened. This is Curvy Calories season 2. It got a renewal. Gosh darn. I'm sorry. In case that's very loud.
So if you guys didn't see
Wait! That title wasn't obnoxiously loud on my audio. Did she fix it? Did she fix it or is it me? Bump up the audio. Right? Was it me? Or was it just the audio? It's quiet. Volume up, Amber. Hold on. We're going to go full volume and we'll see what this looks like. Oh, that would be why. I'm the worst streamer. Hold on. Okay, get everyone eardrums. Get ready.
Hey guys, welcome to day 1 of Curvy Calories.
No, she didn't. She didn't fix it.
So if you guys didn't see...
I'm out here thinking my forgetful, technologically inept ass is like, oh, I think she fixed the audio on that introduction. No. No, it was just me.
The first episode of this, definitely watch it, because if you watch it... I'll have to explain less here of what's going on.
Okay.
Because I explained it in the episode before this. Long story short.
Then why do this format? I feel like Amber is the queen of this format of I'm going to do an introductory video instead of just a day 1 for whatever reason. I need to, like, I don't get it. I don't get thinking that you need to explain what you're going to do instead of just going ahead and doing it. And ultimately, it's quite frustrating as an audience member because instead of 4 days where you're trying for 3 of them, Nick Craig, instead of 4 days trying for 3 of them, you could just like do 4 days of the thing that you're telling us you're going to do. Yeah? No. Yeah? No. You know?
This is a 100-day
She could be a little louder.
Of
okay.
You guys getting a peek inside of my mind. Stomach.
Sorry.
Come on, you can't even see them because today it doesn't take a buzz weigh myself. Successes. It's all just part of the journey. Long story short, this is a 100-day series of you guys getting a peek inside of
now
my mind.
I'll let her finish. Okay, we've been here. We've been here with the 100 days, first of all, for a real long time. Second of all, we're all so excited. Look, I'm Rusty. I'm happy for effort. I'm happy to see effort made. I'm a cynical member of the audience because I sit here and say, I wonder how long it's going to take before she steps off the 100 days. But that's just because I can't be so blind. I can't be so blind to the past content, right? The past content exists. We know, even if we're taking the discussion of cycles out of it, Like, this is version 2. Henny Craig was version 4. How many versions of Weight Watchers have we had? How many it's all structured identically, and nothing has really changed in those moments. So do I foresee success? No, not in this. I don't know how many 100-day attempts of XYZ we have had with Amber. Many is my assumption. Many. So will 100 days work? I don't know. Small obtainable goals I'm here for. And to be honest, 7 days of Henny Craig didn't work in version 3. So, my expectations are getting shorter and shorter. And shorter, I suppose. Anyway, we will continue. Back on the topic I was actually speaking about. Her mentioning, well, it's 100 days of me showing you what's inside of my mind. Is it, though? Is it? Because, we've been watching this channel for a hot minute. I feel like your audience has quite a clear understanding of what to expect from you as a content creator. But also the more confusing when you turn around and cuss out your audience for making presumptions based on what you've shown, because I don't show everything. And this doesn't even feel like the real me. I might be paraphrasing, but those feel like pretty direct quotes that Amber has told her audience. So that. And again, I'm a member of her audience. So when she speaks to us like that, I don't feel necessarily confident in her ability to do what she says. You know? Anyway.
A super morbidly obese woman trying her hardest to get control of her food. Will every day be perfect? No. That's what this is about. To show those struggles and to show the successes and the non-successes. It's all just part of the journey.
Okay, we're going to hear journey a lot. Strap in. Cool, great. I'm here for this as content. I am. I'm skeptical because I've been hurt before, Amber. But also, the tone of this is similar in tone to another piece of produced content that may require TLC to have a hand. I'm not saying there's any connection there. I'm just saying I'm seeing a lot of similarities between storytelling and format versus her previous videos. That's all. We'll hear it right at the end of this video. It's very apparent that this is taking a reality TV kind of road in terms of the discussions, but the format actually matches up with that discussion this time. So it's a weird thing to see.
This is the notebook that I am actually writing.
Directed at new viewers. Yeah, 100%. 100%. These are in day 0, she legitimately introduced herself. Hi, I'm Amberlynn Reid. And I caught myself up on it because I was like, girl, we know. And then I was like, oh, wait. There's a potential new audience. Now, I do something very simple where I just check the sub count every now and then. Also, living for this journal. Living. I just track the sub count to see whether, what shift there is. So there has been a positive shift over the last month. Whether or not that's worth a reintroduction, I don't know, to be completely honest. But then there's, the other socials to kind of talk about and unpack, so the TikTok, etc. Yeah. Curious and a good point to make, I think. A good question to ask. I'm living for this journal because it's bright colors, and you know I like bright colors. Also, I wore this shirt because I felt like it would make me feel better this morning. Not because of green, just because it makes me feel good.
Feelings after the meal, etc., etc. So I will be sharing day number 1 with you guys.
Journey journal.
The first thing I did today was weigh myself, and I weighed in at 551.2. Seems like every single time I weigh myself, I am just getting heavier and heavier by the minute.
Amber, I'm sorry, hun. Look, none of this comes from a place of rudeness. Sometimes shadiness, but not rudeness or hurt. Hurt or hate. Both, actually, to be fair. That's not the intention here. Hi. Yeah. We've been on this road for quite a while. And we don't really track, we track the weight in regards to the timeline because we've been misinformed before. the numbers on that scale don't necessarily change my opinion of Amber. We don't really talk about the physicality or visual of it all that much, unless we're talking about makeup and fashion, which is really fun. I acknowledge the fact that it must be painful, it must be hard. I'm not oblivious to any of those truths, but, like, they're all pretty words. They are all pretty words, and until actions are put to those words... And look, future Zach, if you ever need to hear this, rewatch, timestamp, go, 7:35 a.m. If you come to a point where your words aren't meeting your actions, take a step back, reevaluate, actually put into perspective what's important for you. Because, like, again, the pretty words make good content. The actions, we are yet to see them. Megan, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. I appreciate it. Welcome to Pulpster. So we've gotten up to 550 LBs. I do follow the idea that 572.4 was the highest because it was quite heavily discussed from Amber directly. I'm not talking about, like, any other channel other than Amber speaking on her highest. So I give the benefit of the doubt to Amber there. So yeah, that's frightening to me. Frightening. Because when you think about the science, it's a lot of calories to maintain. It's a lot plus more to gain. And it's a lot. It's just a lot. I feel like I don't need to say that. Like, I feel like that's a reasonable assumption that the audience can get to. Because, again, this is a weight loss channel. So...
It's simply because I'm eating upwards to 4,000 calories a day. It doesn't take a mathematic rocket scientist to figure it out. I feel bigger. I don't breathe as well. My face is swollen. Like, literally, my face is so swollen now, you can't even see my earrings. I have to, like, turn around and be like, oh, look at my earrings. Like,
they're okay earrings. I don't love them, but I don't love a love heart motif. I think that's another design note for me to take. We have heard this before. Of particular interest here, I would like anyone to attempt to explain to me. You guys don't have to explain anything to me. I will pass this out. I will pass this out in a different format. But swollen is an interesting descriptive term. I understand the discussion around lymphedema. Sorry, I do understand the chat around swelling, but, like, Amber Hunt, I don't know if it's your face swelling or if it's just weight gain. Because can we just call it weight gain? Can we not call it swelling? Because they are two different things in my understanding. Again, a layman, not a professional. Who the fuck am I? But it just doesn't sound correct, because it doesn't sound like you're discussing the reality that is just, you have put on weight and you can see it in your face. It's not swelling, right? It's weight gain. It's not swelling. Swelling is a different thing, right? And I'm not saying that Amber probably doesn't suffer with that. No doubt she does. She has spoken about it before. But weight gain and swelling, two different terms of description for me.
Like, staring at me head on, you can't even see them because my face has gotten so round. My body's bigger. Clothes don't fit the same anymore. You know, it's harder for me to walk, breathe, stand, etc. It's crazy to think that just last year I weighed 478 or so, and I've gained this much weight. It's kind of terrifying.
It is terrifying, Amber. Like, here's me agreeing with you. Rare, I know, but it is terrifying. It is. And I've got to put it into perspective as well. Like, in regards to kilos, sorry. I'm trying to do quick math and the brain and the stomach is not is not there for me today. But, like, Amber has said in the past that she does weigh herself daily. I will probably take the benefit of the doubt to say maybe she hasn't been doing it daily, maybe she's been doing it weekly. Even then, like, you know. I mean, I think for me, it's an easier tell when weight loss or gain occurs because my belt does a really good job at telling me that. If I'm not using a scale, I do try to use the scale a lot more often than I was, obviously. But the point I'm trying to make is if you've been through this so many times before in regards to the weight loss, then the weight gain, then the weight loss, you would be very familiar with recognizing when the gain, or the loss really, was happening. Because, yeah, weight gain, weight loss, it is slow and it tends to be insidious. But I don't know. I just feel as if Amber doesn't have a whole lot going on to distract her from it, and it literally is her content, and she discusses and looks at it every day, so it's just interesting.
But it just goes to show that it happens really, really quickly for someone my size. You have to realize that to be this size, your stomach has completely stretched.
Yep.
So you have to consume a lot more food to get full. And by doing so, you're consuming thousands more calories than you need in a day.
Yep. Restriction. Remember restriction? I'm just a fan of being strict with oneself. Obviously being lenient as well, but I have said many times in the past that, like, my relationship with food, shit. Not great. Much better now, but it was shit. So during the drops in my calories, which we spoke about on day 0, during the steps down, it was much easier to assess when my physical hunger cues were occurring, and what I could eat to make sure that my stomach was full enough. Because, like, yeah, guess what? You can eat 4,000 calories on shit food a lot easier than you can on chicken and broccoli. You just can. Like, shitty foods tend to be more calorie dense. So if you sit down and eat a Symphony chocolate bar and a family pack of Ruffles, like, the calories in that food translated into lean meats and vegetables, like, you'd be surprised how much food you could actually get. Bang for your buck, you know? Anyway, I don't need to tell you guys that.
Which then, in return, is only making me gain weight. Since I was 551.2 today, I am striving to reach 499.8 during these 100 days. I feel like it's possible. It's definitely doable. I need to make every day some conscious decisions to reach that.
Again, I don't really pay attention when she talks about the numbers. How much weight is that lost in 100 days?
I need to put in the work, and I can't expect the work to be done
50?
for me. I have to do
60,
it myself.
Something.
So the glorious calorie limit number that I want to aim for every single day is 1,800.
We know. Also, spoilers, I've seen this video. That didn't happen. Also, spoilers, Zach was right when he spoke about the calorie buffer, because turns out that discussion is had.
If I go over by a bit, I can't beat
50?
Myself up.
Right. Thanks,
because
Vicky.
What happens with that is I binge.
80.
This journey, I'm going to be teaching myself how messing up for one meal doesn't mean you have to mess up for your whole day.
Amber, you are not an authority on this. Professional help, not like self-help in this instance, not gonna work. Sorry, miss, it's not gonna work because you can't teach yourself this. Because we've been here many times before. I'm sorry, Amber. You can't. You're the one who has to action it. Yeah, absolutely. But someone else, I feel, needs to give you the correct tools to, like, assist in this instance. And I would say a mental or physical healthcare professional would be my suggestion.
I'm sure a lot of people can relate where if you mess up for one meal, you just think, well, shucks, I'm just not going to be on track for the rest of the day.
Yes, absolutely. And I taught myself out of that because I found the resources to assist me. That's how that worked. I didn't give myself the tools, and I phrased that incorrectly. I didn't teach myself out of it. Someone gave me the knowledge and best practice so that I could stop that kind of detrimental behavior. Because that's what I kind of feel like it is. Ruining one day with a shitty meal at the start of the day leads to, well, it's Thursday, so I can just eat whatever I want over the weekend and it'll be fine. And then I'll start up again on Monday. And it's hard, but, you know, I found success in being reasonable yet strict. So, but all of those resources certainly didn't come from me just being like, well, I can do this, because I'd been trying to do that for years. Didn't help. External resources were required.
It's a very common way of thinking. It's very normal, but it's also a very unhealthy way to think, and I need to step...
I'm putting a little bit of a conspiracy hat on. That's an actual funny word in the Amberverse. Putting my conspiracy hat on, I think that these were definitely not recorded as recently as what I think they're framed to be. I wish she would just talk about dates, because even if this was done at the start of March or the end of February or whatever, like who like, it doesn't matter. It's content. Now, it does matter because the audience would prefer to be updated in real time in regards to this. It's also ultimately frustrating because we get told, I'm doing 100 days of this, but then also told, well, I won't have a set schedule for it. I won't be doing things daily. It'll just be kind of as it comes. And it's like, okay, great. So we're not sitting in like the real world timeline. We're sitting in content creator controlled timeline. And for me, I don't trust Amber with that. Guys, I know. The burbs. But yeah.
Outside of that and do things differently. So for my first meal today, I actually ordered Chick-fil-A. So before anyone says anything about ordering out food, don't do it, I disagree.
I disagree with you, Amber.
I will be.
Also, can we just take a moment and put out onto the into the discussion the importance of where you spend your money, what businesses that you utilize services of, and knowing, you know, any problematic issues that may have occurred in the past. Now, we don't have Chick-fil-A down in Australia, and realistically, I only know so much about it because DWV has a great song, Chicka Chow Down. It's fabulous. I do enjoy Willem, Detox, and Vicky. But I also am aware that there have been some business shenanigans that may not have been pro LGBTQIA+, and so I would choose not to shop there, not to purchase from that establishment. And as a consumer, money talks, you know, all of that. But okay, Amber.
For these 100 days, there will be times where I order food. This isn't going to be an overnight transformation. I'm not just going to wake up on day one and be a completely different Amberlynn Reid.
No, but like, you're the same Amberlynn Reid, and that's kind of what your audience has been telling you for a while. Like, nothing has, or at least I feel like I've been saying it for a while. Nothing has changed. Environments haven't really changed. Relationships have kind of changed. Like, the discussion with Mum is back in the picture, and we got a mention of Hannah and Rafe the other day. So those seem different. I still miss Eric and Ricky. That seems mildly different, but like, the tools, Amber. We wish to see the tools. I want you to succeed, but I don't want to get my hopes up because it's a waste of my energy. But the tools, sweetie, the tools. That's what we want. I've said before, I think both Amber and Chantal, like, whether or not they would choose to take their mental health journey onto their platform is a different thing, but I think it could actually be a beneficial discussion to have. Again, I have said this many times, for them to say, this is the route I'm taking. Like, these are the discussions I'm having with my therapist. Don't treat your audience like your therapist, but, like, lay it out, because I think that may be beneficial in regards to, like, building trust with the audience again. But that's,
This is going to be no walk in the park. We're going to be swimming through a tsunami. There is going to be some crazy hecticness before I can reach my goals. I'm constantly fighting in my mind with myself. And if I completely take away everything, then there's going to be no success. Absolutely not. So from Chick-fil-A, I got 8 grilled nuggets. Sure. And I got their chicken wrap. The photos you are seeing are just stock photos, but it's exactly what I had for my meal. I just forgot to take the photos. But it came out in total to 480 calories.
I'll take that as truth.
And after I ate, I put, I feel good, hopeful. Let this be my job, my number one priority. So when I wrote that, what I meant is that, of course, YouTube is my job.
Everyone in the chat just being like, those would take you 5 minutes to make. I agree. And I think an interesting angle that the audience takes in this is that I'll make a general assumption here and say that the majority of Amber's audience has things to do. We have things to do. We have lives to lead. We have, we have careers or family or, we have other ways to spend our time. Amber doesn't choose to showcase a lot of that in her content. So the expectation is, Amber, you've got all the time in the world. Why can't you just take 5 minutes to make a chicken wrap? Valid. I think it's a valid criticism because it's I don't understand it. And as someone who quite often reaches the time poor portions of my day and says, oh shit, I haven't got lunch ready for work tomorrow, or I need to start doing prep more on Sunday nights because I just run out of time during the week. Like, it is ultimately frustrating to be like, but why the takeout? It's not the convenience. Like, it is the convenience of it all because, stop saying that, Zach. It is the convenience because, like, you don't want to exert the effort in cooking yourself, I suppose. But the effort and the amount of time that you have seem to be, like, disproportionate on you've got a whole shitload of time, but seemingly not doing too much with it. Anyway.
And I am co-mingling YouTube and my weight loss together. But I want to act as if YouTube is no longer a priority because YouTube is usually my priority because I have to keep a roof over my head.
Has YouTube been your priority for the last 3 months? Because your content might question that.
Since I am mingling them together, I want weight loss to be my job. I want to eat, breathe, sleep weight loss. I really, really want to focus on these 100 days. So, my meal number 2.
But, like, again, hi, hurt and cynical member of Amber's audience. But what's your plan, though? Like, all well and good to say I'm doing this for 100 days. All well and good to say I have an 1,800 calorie limit. But, like, outside of that, what's the plan? Like, are you revisiting your calorie limits in a couple of weeks? Are you aiming for shorter, smaller, more obtainable goals? Are you dealing with professional assistance? Have you got rewards lined up that you can, that you can kind of assist yourself with? So in 30 days, will you reward yourself in some way? How do you reward yourself? Is it with food? I hope not. Because as someone who previously had issues with rewarding myself with food and dealing with that relationship with food, don't suggest it. Like, that plan I would have liked to have seen in day 0, right? Like anything. Therapy, exactly, Sophia. Is there any plan for assistance in therapy? What do those tools look like? What does that roadmap look like? This is partially producer cap, Zach, saying you could take this content and actually load it out and structure it, and it would be an interesting thing to follow. Now, cynical Zach, hi, knows that Amber wouldn't be following through with it, but it would be nice to have a framework or structure so that if someone is inspired to do the same thing, I don't suggest it, they may have a little bit of an easier time. Now, whether or not that's because I don't trust, or for Amber may not trust her audience so much, and she feels as if she gives too much detail, the nitpicking will get worse. In all honesty, it just seems like Amber is completely ignoring her audience at this point, like, and that's it. Because the Becky and the Twinkie on the live confused me yesterday, or day before yesterday, whenever it was, because it's like, the audience has been calling for these side characters for a hot minute now, and it's a live, it's not a produced video, and lives are rare in this landscape. But anyway,
it's not even a meal, but I'm just gonna like title them all meals. If you struggle with emotional eating or a food addiction, then you know at the drop of a hat, all of a sudden, you can go from being perfectly fine to needing something like this. And that's how I felt.
Okay. I feel like, again, not a mental or physical healthcare professional, no authority to speak on this, but like needing and wanting are two different things. And I feel like I was taught this at a very young age. Carrie, good morning. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Number one, that's a cute loaf monster. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a good day. So need and want, right? I feel like that lesson was learned at a younger age than 30. The difference between needing and wanting. Now, I'm not getting into the psychology of it all. Again, who the fuck am I? But Amber has told us about binging, addiction, etc. So with all of that in mind, just the language of needing and wanting seems curious. It's Amber, you are the one dealing with your feelings, and you're the one communicating how you feel. But like, that seems to be a lot to unpack for just an individual without outside assistance or knowledge on how that works from an audience perspective. That's all. I
felt like I needed Baskin Robbins, and I didn't tell myself no. So I got 3.
Oh, can we speed her up a bit? Yeah, sure. No worries. Also, guys, over 600 of you joining me this morning. Thank you all so much for being here. If you'd like to leave a like, that'd be great. Also, oh no, we don't have a new emote. I'll set that up in between. Hold on. Sorry. I've got a new emote, but do I even have that on this PC? Maybe not. Anyway, new emotes to come.
3 scoops of my absolute favorite ice cream in the whole entire world, called Jamocha Almond Fudge. Sadly, it came out to 840 calories, which then, plus what I had the meal before, 1,300.
Oh no, it worked! The penguins are here! I did upload it yesterday! Yes, everybody, we've got a buddy emote. We've got buddies and button. Oh, did I do buttons? No, I definitely did buddies.
20 calories is what I ate. And
hey, Ariana, how are you?
I put regret and guilt is so strong right now.
3 scoops of ice cream is a lot. 800 calories worth of ice cream is a lot. And that's coming from someone who legitimately ate like a liter of ice cream every other night while laying in bed. And has multiple stories of falling asleep passed out with like a cup worth of ice cream in a container, waking up to it like all over me. I was disgusting. I changed those behaviors because that was not healthy for me. And I'm okay sharing that and talking about it because like it is the human experience, and we are going to like share our struggles. And that was just a real big struggle point for Zach. Like, I get it. Ice cream's great. It is.
Meal for the rest of the night is all I need.
But like, not beneficial when you are trying to lose weight. It is a calorie dense food that you can overeat on easily.
Which made it to where I had 480 calories remaining. I was headstrong. I was like, I got this. couple hours later, that same urge I had for the Baskin-Robbins, I had again for takeout. Okay, the whole time my necklace was falling off me, and
Hillary, thank you so much for the super sticker.
I finally was able to fix it, so yes. So I ended up ordering takeout again, and I knew I was making a bad decision as I was doing it, but it's like, I kept telling myself, you're still going to count calories. Even if you go over on the first day, it's totally fine. Because as long as you're eating like below 3,000 calories, you're going to lose weight, yada, yada, yada. I kept talking myself into it. And so I did it. I got a pasta that simply just had some butter and some seasoning.
I don't understand. I don't understand a buttered seasoned pasta for takeout. I feel like I would enjoy any option other than that.
And if you have a picture here, this is the picture I took, and I only ate a 3/4 of that. And then
I only ate 3/4 of that. Yes.
And I also ordered a side of mashed potatoes. So in total, it was 1,150 calories.
Why is all the food always beige? Introduce some color to the menu, please. I feel like that would be greatly beneficial. You know I'm team broccoli, so, like, just a side of steamed, just anything. Because again, we cycle back to the start of this video where we're talking about, well, I've stretched my stomach out so much that, like, physical hunger is an issue to feel, and I understand that. I've been there. But, like, I had to find ways to introduce high fiber foods into my diet so that I could tell my brain, tell my stomach, shut up, this is the food that you're getting. Because eating 1,000 calories of chocolate and eating 1,000 calories worth of vegetables looks very different on the inside.
And so, from the food that I had earlier, my calories now were at 2,470. So I was 670 calories over limit.
Peace sounds good.
And I wrote, I failed, but I'm okay. And that is all I've had today. It is nighttime. I'm not going to be eating anything else. And the reason why I feel okay is because the limit of 2,400 is actually the limit that my TDEE wants to give me if I have to subtract 1,000 from it, which is like 3,400.
So 1,000 calories in, not detriment, sorry. 1,000 calories away from the TDEE would lead to 7,000 calorie deficit. That's the word. A 7,000 calorie deficit across a week, which would be, what is that? 2 pounds? It's either 1 or 2 pounds. No, sorry. I think I've got that wrong. I'm thinking kilos. 500 calorie deficit per day is a pound a week. From memory, I think. So like, it is easy just to round up those numbers to be like, okay, 1,000 calorie deficit every day for a week will lead to 2 pounds, 1 kilo. That's why I'm getting confused with my numbers. Why am I seeing carrots in the chat now? Yeah, so, okay.
So I'm actually in the perfect spot. And even when I was doing Jenny Craig, the limit that they wanted me to eat was 2,300, and this is just like 170 more. So it's perfect almost.
It's almost like you can't set your own goal and, like, reach it, Amber. Again, not trying to be rude or shady, just the reality. You set yourself unobtainable goals, I feel, girl. Also, like, I didn't ask for these carrots, chat. But I appreciate them. Thank you. But, like, you can't, it's quite clear, we've been here before. Limits are hard for you. Restricting is hard for you. You've said before that, like, restricting leads to binging, and you can't do it on your own. And the problem with that statement is that any form of restriction is going to be a restriction. She said the other day, everything is a trigger. Life is a trigger. Every moment of anything could set off the desire to eat. And it's like, Amber, hun, like, I get what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But why do your actions not match up with your words? If you're saying that everything causes you to overeat, because again, the definition of binge I will leave up to us individually. If everything's causing that, why are you not helping yourself? And it's not a matter of trying to teach yourself something. It's a matter of reaching out to the people who can assist you, however that looks. Mental, physical, healthcare professionals, inpatient, whatever.
I'm not mad at myself. I am not upset. I made bad food choices. Not for my first meal. My first meal was great. I had protein, had some carbs, had some fat. Like, it was perfect. But then
I wouldn't argue. I mean, yeah, okay.
Then with the Baskin Robbins,
I think that meal could have been perfect if made at home. Yes. If not Chick-fil-A, but yes.
And the pasta and the mashed potatoes. Those were bad food choices. But I need to teach myself that, you know, it's okay to have bad food, but the main priority right now that I should be consuming inside of my body is the good food. I know I can lose weight by eating Oreos all day long as it fits in a calorie deficiency.
I've said it before, and although it does not benefit you in relationship with foods in general, the basic science of calories in, calories out says yes. If you ate nothing but Oreos all day, oh boy, I've been there and didn't feel great. I used to buy an entire sleeve of Oreos, pour myself like 500 milliliters of milk, which is approximately 2 cups for those of you imperially minded, and just dunk and slam the entire sleeve of Oreos. And I'd usually get down to like the last 1 or 2 before my stomach would be like, please stop this. I am going to make you feel bad right now. But I would push through it. I feel like that's a common discussion that people have when we talk about, you know, morbid obesity, is recognizing when your stomach has had enough and pushing through that. Just to be like, oh no, I'll just finish this plate. I'll just finish this packet. I'll just finish this last thing. And it's like a sleeve of Oreos has what, like 5 serves in it? So you could have had 2, but instead you had the entire sleeve and made yourself feel sick because of your shitty relationship with food. So, sorry, that was just a bit about me.
But that's not how I want to do this. And I know a lot of
now I don't eat Oreos.
people hate the thought of like bad food, good food. But realistically, to feel good, you need to eat good. And what makes me feel bad is when I eat bad, especially when I eat a lot of bad. So I know that I want to, during these 100 days, learn how to have bad, but have majority good. Have bad, be okay with it, but have good.
But you've just proven in this one day that you can't do that because you overate on your allotted calories. Why not just give yourself a limit and stick to it? Don't take the limit as a challenge. Take it as a guideline, right? Maybe change the opinion and attitude towards this buffer discussion we continue to have. Snowing, thank you so much for the super chat. Snowing says, I wish her well. She needs a true friend to assist her. 100%. She's cute in purple. Yeah, I love this purple. This color is like everything in 2021. All the Torrid purchases won't change health or outcoming saying. Or the outcome. It won't. I agree. It's just like the words ultimately won't change the outcome. Again, pessimistic. That's me. But the words won't change the outcome. Only the actions will. And I see no different actions to every other health journey that we've been on. And that.
You know, I need to learn that balance, and I'm going to. It's only day 1.
It's day 1, but you have been doing this weight loss journey for 7, 8 years now? Amber, come on now. Come on, this is not day 1 and nothing. This is day 1 of 100 days, but it's not day 1 of you trying to lose weight. Sorry, you've done this before. You have sat on camera and said, I know how to lose weight. I know. But I'm just not doing it.
I want to be a success story, but if that's...
Okay, we'll rewind. Sorry, team. This is the clip here that I just wanted to unpack a little bit. Again, we're not here to talk about the physicality of it all. We all know what we're seeing on the camera. We're not here to be like shitty about it. I wanted to unpack this clip for 2 reasons. First of all, it's a voiceover, which I find rare in Amber's content. It exists, definitely, so it's not a shock. But the language here that we will hear, okay, everyone, support time. We're going to hear some language here that's hard to listen to. I would just like to recognize the fact that I try to bring positivity into this sphere, but also my day-to-day, right? I understand that when I have a better opinion or a better outlook and attitude about things, I'm more likely to be successful. And that's why I do try to be happy, essentially, the majority of the time, because I feel like my happiness and setting myself up for happiness allows my mental health to be better, my physical health to be better, and allows, healthy discussion. So, yeah, I just wanted to preface this upcoming clip with a couple of things. So we'll watch it now.
It's only day 1. I want to be a success story, but if that's what you're expecting to happen in 100 days, I'd stop watching now. This is only 100 days of me trying to escape my own personal hell, when I've had to deal with it my whole life.
So that's it. Also, hey, milk tea. That's it. That's it. Okay. Look. Negative language is important to understand. It's important to understand where its uses are. In media, all language is communication. Like, that's just true of everything. But in media, you are trying to communicate specific themes, narratives, stories, discussions, etc., etc. Always remembering that, yes, these are real people that we watch, but it is also, most times, produced content, heavily produced. Again, that was a voiceover, that was not a direct to camera, and it was a voiceover over what I'm assuming is a full body comparison moment, because we've seen them in 2019 and 2018. That I don't have a problem with. The choice of language I don't agree with, because negativity begets negativity, and I don't feel if you walk into day 1 and say, if you're not happy with watching this be a failure, then you should leave, because it will likely be a failure. That's at least how I took that last statement. It's night and day different to the day 0, which seemed a lot more positive, and then after one day seemed to take a twist to negative. So I just wanted to draw attention to that clip, because, future Zach, that's not the way. And the thing is, I've been there. I've been an angry and upset individual. I've been a pessimistic individual, outside of just what my expectations are of the content. I truly have. So I understand this language pretty well in relation to me. And I choose not to use it anymore. I don't. Because I love myself enough to understand that positivity is an important factor in my life, and I deserve it. Anyway. So that was that. Now we're going to line up this clip show. Please bear with me one moment. Very good. Also, again, almost 700 of you guys here this morning. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. I just want to make sure my playback's on 1 point. Let's go 1.3 for the clip show. That seems to be 1.2. Foodie sometimes gets a little bit faster on my clip shows. Okay. Can we all boop the like button? Capone, you can absolutely boop the like button. If anyone would like to boop the like button with you, that'd be great. Her tone, Emmy says, her tone is so defeated and it honestly breaks my heart. It is, it's hard to watch. It's hard. Feels like she's already given up on herself. And, we return to that consistently. And ultimately, I think, as an audience member, you sit there and you see failure, and you continue to see it again and again and again and again and again. And ultimately, it leads to frustration, but also, I think we all quite commonly share the, perhaps not disappointment, but the empathy in terms of understanding what it feels like to fail. Like, we all understand what it feels like to fail at something. It's how you take that failure and what you do with it moving forward that is much more important, I think. The snoot has been booped. Very good, Olivia. Where's Becky's support, though? I'd be interested to see what their household discussion is in regards to food. And with the diet. But, I mean, the conversation about purchasing takeout for the last year is really what kind of gets to me. Because it's like, well, that is now... What do they say? Like, it's 3 months to form a habit or something like that. So it feels like if I were doing something like that for a year and then expecting to just turn it off immediately, I would kind of rein in my expectations of my ability to do that. Okay. So, now we've got Miss Chantel Marie, Miss Foodie Beauty. Like I said earlier in the stream, this live stream from yesterday, it was about 24 hours ago. It was a lot of dead air. It was a lot of nothing. So that's fine. This is mostly a posterity? Yeah, posterity. A posterity chat for anybody who's following along the timelines, for anyone for anyone who is looking at the narratives. Basically, this is a best and or worst of that live stream, depending on how you want to take it. Now, if you're a completionist, I encourage you to watch the full thing in your own leisure in whatever capacity you wish. Spoilers, it's not that interesting. Also, as a preface, there is some discussion of her family health in this. I did wrestle with whether or not I should include it and at what capacity I should speak on it, because it's not a comfortable topic for me to talk about. So I've kept it in for character knowledge, but I won't be speaking on the health of her family, right? I think that that's a fair middle ground to take because, again, remembering this is all produced and monetized content that we see on the platform. So that. Anyway, let's get to.
Just a couple, Sam. Because you're a big boy, you're chunky. What is you? There you go, Sam.
Oh, she does actually mention the feeding habits of the cats in this as well. So, past Zach, editing Zach, thank you for keeping this clip.
You are a big man. Oh, a big man.
I have an eye doctor appointment finally April 8th, and I'm getting new glasses.
Awesome.
And I'm going to wear them all the time.
Awesome. We were talking about this last night. I hope for a solid cat eyeglass. Hang on. Chevonda, if you would. No problem, Pulpy. Oh, there's a ghost. Chevonda was moving. Okay, so. This is the pair that I would like to see Foodie rock. Now, obviously, they would probably need to be a little bit bigger. And maybe like a nice rose or purple color. But like something like these, like a cat eyeglass, I think could be really fun. I hope she goes that route because I think that could be fun. But that's just my aesthetic wanting to see more of it.
I ordered Booster Juice. I just want a smoothie and one of their chicken wraps. Chipotle wrap.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, my stomach is weird today. So I went to bed at I fell asleep at 5:30 in the morning. My appointment was for 10. So I bring my car, and the guy's like, well, if you're going to wait, it's going to be a few hours. And I'm just like, no, I'm not waiting. The way that it is, they have windows, and the chairs are all set along the windows. Mm-hmm. And the sun just beams on you, and it's so hot, I want to throw up. And I don't know, see, the injection sometimes just, I felt really sick all day.
Producer cap time. Also, this could have been a fun thing. Maybe not fun. Fun's probably the wrong word there. This could have been an interesting thing to document, right? I would probably enjoy content of Foodie just doing a 30-second, a minute, talk to camera piece, keep it as an actual vlog, because do we remember vlogs, about how she feels on this medication. Now, she talks about it a lot in the live stream. I think having a little bit more structure around the discussion would be useful, because, like, documenting your own experience is useful, I think, in many ways. Doing it with an audience such as Chantal's may be a little bit trickier, but I think everything is content in the right context and in the right format. Telling us about how Ozempic makes you feel in between the "Hi Travonda" and the, like, chicken Alfredo mukbang of it all, that's where I don't like it so much. But I think in a structured manner, it could have been a really interesting piece of content that unfortunately we just didn't get.
So I took a cab home, and then I took a cab home, went back to bed. The guy called me, and he's apparently, like I told you, the engine light was on. Apparently it's just a leaking fuel injector. I don't know.
I don't know anything about cars.
So, like, when I get that fixed,
spoilers,
I had to order the part, so it's going to be in Thursday morning. So I don't have a car till then, but that's all right.
Okay.
So, fuel injector, the labor, which is expensive, which I don't have trouble paying because they work hard. And
was it a required note to say that was super expensive, or just a talking point?
New spark plugs, something else to clean out, like something in the fuel lines or something, I don't know. Then a full synthetic oil change, and that's going to cost, after tax, labor, everything, $1,000. So for all that done to the car, that's not bad.
That does seem expensive. Again, like, I have no idea. I walk and catch public transport. That's what I do for the amount of knowledge of my... Oh, sorry. The amount of knowledge I have about vehicles, not any. It does seem expensive, but I don't know. So, chat, help me out.
I was like, oh my god, please don't be over $1,000.
It's a lot. Cars can be pricey.
Ooh. So when he said, like, around $800, but then he said plus your oil change, I was like, okay, that's good.
A fuse was $800, Elle? Oof.
Why didn't I get a rental car? Well, they didn't offer me a car. Like, they don't always do that. And I'm not going to go bother getting a rental car. I'd have to taxi there.
Amanda, roller skates? Excellent. Now, that's a mode of transportation I can get on board with. Congratulations, Amanda. If we need to have discussions about roller skates in the future, about changing out stoppers and bearings and things like that, now that I can get on board with in regards to mechanics. It's not really mechanics, but you know what I mean.
All the paperwork and then bring it back. No, I can go a couple days without a car.
Okay, yes. Since we're talking about the money and the car now, we do also have to remember the box removal and how much that costs. So, like, my perception of Canadian unis and toonies, is that right? Is it I think it's toonies, not unis. I don't think unis is a thing. My understanding of like how to associate worth in Canada is skewed because $400 for box removal. Oh, it's a loony, not an uni. Loonies and toonies. I'm trying.
You know why?
I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Because I didn't use any. Oh, I got a couple of these wraps because they're small. I'll see if I'm still hungry. I'll eat that. This is a...
Oh, wait, it has a bird on it that's called a loon? That makes so much more sense. Does a toonie have 2 loons on it? Because that would make sense. Our coins in Australia have wildlife on it as well, but we do not call our coins based on the animal that we see, because otherwise it would be quite confusing, I think. Oh, and all of them have the queen on it as well, so that might also be confusing.
I think apple orange juice blended with strawberries. And this is a smoothie, strawberry sunshine.
I do have all of this.
I'll break that up after. This is all
here. Oh, that's a calculator. Sorry, team. Looking behind the curtain.
Yeah, get the card back. It should be Thursday afternoon. So what I'm going to have to do is switch my schedule around. road trip that was supposed to be tomorrow is going to have to be Thursday, which means that technically I should be doing the Twin Peaks thing tomorrow.
Which is today, because this is now 24 hours. So my expectation is that... Oh, maybe my expectation is too high. My expectation is that we will get a Twin Peaks video in the next 12 hours or so, perhaps. Which will be interesting. As soon as it comes out, we're watching it live, team. We absolutely are, because, like, although my stomach doesn't feel great, that's okay. At least I can sit here and run my mouth. I'm pretty good at that. We will watch that when it comes out. The road trip, I'm less excited for, because I believe Pete's will play more of a role in that, and I'm not his biggest fan. Don't know if you could tell.
So, which means I have to get on making a grocery list. Oh, yeah. Where's the opening for this? Hold on, guys. And this smoothie has probiotic yogurts. Strawberry.
Yep.
Passion fruit. Some other stuff.
Banana, guava, and that's it.
I don't know.
Can I just make a note here that drinking calories I'm not a big fan of. In the past, I used to drink like 300 to 600 calories a day. Completely wasted. It gave me no sense of like fullness. Was literally just habitual by the end of it. Smoothies have calories. That smoothie has about 290 calories per serve. It also has 68 grams of carbohydrates. Understanding that some of that is from fresh fruit, some of that is also from fruit juice, and like, I know look, it's not fair for me to sit here and continuously come back to the health, but like, that's the content, so I feel like it is actually kind of fair. Diabetes was discussed yesterday. What happened to severe extreme non-alcoholic fatty liver? Where has that discussion gone? What's the deal? Can someone help me? Because I feel like at this stage, the content haze is real deep. And like, maybe that all happened in a fever dream. Maybe that's not actually the reality of it. But I specifically remember that being a diagnosis. So it's very confusing. It's very, very confusing. T-shirt, how are you? Yes, our currency notes are very colorful and very pretty. I like them. Carbs for a diabetic is fair and important. Thank you, Meg. I kind of agree. She can't keep telling people what she's doing is safe and okay. I agree, and I think that's why it's a really important conversation for me to have in regards to authority and calling out the shenanigans to say, Foodie, I understand you are living this experience, but you don't have the authority to say this is an okay thing. This is fine for me to do, because your audience is going to question it, whether or not medically professional or layman. I could never. Again, for those of you who are new or don't know, my mum has had type 1 diabetes since she was like 16, 17. So I grew up around that. And just that basic knowledge, completely understanding type 1, type 2, gestational, like all of that, it looks different. But like, yeah, like mum literally has a pump, like an insert, has to track and count pretty much everything. Like it's hard for me to watch this, knowing that like, the excuse this week has been, well, I'm just beezing because it's beezing birthday week. And it's like, your pancreas doesn't care. Your liver doesn't care. Also, this content is no different to what we've been seeing in weeks past in regards to the intake of food. Is that me being kind of judgy? Well, yeah, because when you talk about the health and say that this is an okay thing to do, I'll be like, please don't tell other people that. Please don't, because, like, you're not, like, sorry, miss, you're not successfully managing the ailments here. Not managing the ailments, not educating anyone on the ailments. and like certainly not exhibiting any benefit from any of this behavior. But that's just me. Oh, you went to steam some Brocco, Megs? She did not get Brocco. She got 2 Cajun chicken wraps. She got a large smoothie and a juice of some description.
All right, so this is their grilled chipotle chicken wrap. It has chicken, chipotle sauce, pepper jack cheese, peppers,
diabetes
and
is
it's like
awful.
a full wheat tortilla.
Shit.
Bite.
Goody. That looks not appetizing.
I love this.
Oh, so those wraps are 380 calories each.
Can I make
not
a
worth.
vlogging channel?
Oh, yes.
I'm going to be doing a lot more vlogs coming up soon.
It's such a shame we don't have the access to the Foodie Beauty vlog channel anymore. Because I came in, like, right at the tail end of that when it was still a thing. And it's a shame because I used to enjoy the vlogs. Yeah, boosted juice, I don't...
But they're very small and dinky, so I just get 2.
Sure, like, eating 2 of those is like 760 calories, so it's not an unsubstantial amount of food. Lucas, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. I very much appreciate it. Welcome to Pulpster. It's not like that would be half of my day. Like, that would be half of my average day when losing weight. And I can tell you, half of my average day for 2 shitty little wraps or, like, a giant plate of lean protein and vegetables, I know now which one I'd be choosing.
What was I going to grab? I was going to grab something.
Oh, thanks, Lucas. You're more than welcome.
Something pickled. Well, the only pickled thing I have is pickles. So what's up, guys? I'm not going to be on too long because...
It was an hour. It was fine.
I'm kind of tired and messed up from going to bed so late and then feeling kind of weird. You know?
Ooh, interwaves.
Ooh.
Figs and plum sounds delicious,
Sour.
though. Nice.
And this one has a different color for some reason of wrap. And this is chipotle chicken wrap. I got 2.
It is. Okay, without looking it up, team, I would like everyone to take a guess at how many milligrams of sodiums are in each of these. Because it's surprising. The daily average intake, I think, for Australia is around, or recommended maximum, I think, is around 2,000 milligrams. I think. No more than 1 teaspoon, 5 grams of salt a day, or 200 milligrams. Sorry, 2,000 milligrams. That's in Australia. I understand different countries, different recommendations, but like, let's all just take a guess at how many milligrams of sodium is in this one wrap for posterity. 2,600, not quite. Each. We could do each. We could do each. Oh, shitload. That's a good metric, Sophia. I do enjoy that. It's interesting, isn't it? Because, like, sodium isn't something that I track because it doesn't affect me. But it does affect me, obviously, but it's not something that I find I overindulge in so much. I do understand, depending on your health or whatever is associated with that, you may or you may not need to look at salt a lot more, or less, depending. But it is interesting because salt is kind of one of those things where it's like, you can look at a food and make an assumption with scale eyes, or make an assumption based on what you see or what the ingredients are, and be like, okay, I think this would probably be in this range of calories. Salt is one of those things where it's like, I really don't know. because it's ultimately used as a seasoning a lot of the times. Kitty Moon Goddess, hello, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh no, I'm late. Don't worry, I was late as well, so so you're in good company there, Kitty. I have horrible allergies today, but this is the medicine I need to perk up. I hope you feel better. My apologies for the allergies. I hope you do feel better, and welcome. We're only a few minutes into Foodie, but I have cut it down, so that's okay. Anyway, so looking it up, this does indeed have ding ding. Oh no, that's now in the back. It's 1,120 milligrams. I messed up there. It's 1,100 milligrams of sodium is in one of these. So in two of these wraps, over 2,200 milligrams of sodium, which is over the recommended daily intake in my country. How bonkers is that? How bonkers? Each. Yeah, I put it behind. Hold on. Hold on. I'll just move it over. There it is. Sodium. Here. Right there. I'll zoom in. Sorry, team. Sodium. 1,120 each in these shitty little wraps. I'm mad that the protein is only 24 grams, but the carbohydrates are 38 grams. That's got something to do with the wrap itself, obviously. It is not a low carbohydrate option wrap. That's a lot of sodiums. So congratulations to anyone who guessed close, but also just drawing a really good talking point in that, we can make assumptions on the food that we see, but when it comes down to the nitty gritty of it all, this is why nutritional information is at times important for people who are watching what they're consuming. It's a lot of sodium, but anyway. Your veins just ran out the door, Apoca. Seems salty. It seems salty. Anyway, 1 gram of total dietary fiber. Yeah, that's pretty curious, isn't it? There's more total sugar than there is fiber in this thing. I mean, it's not unheard of, but yeah, it's wild. What a wild ride. Anyway, we'll continue this.
Because, one is just, I don't know. People in my family are not. My dad has battled with his weight his whole life.
I don't care for this rap at all. Me neither.
Yes, but she's never been really big. Just overweight, but she's not really now.
Okay, this is the point in the discussion where she is talking very openly about her family history of health. I don't really have a lot to say here, so it's just gonna run.
She's lost a lot of weight. She takes the same injection as I do.
Fruit bat, exactly. That's it's why Amber's previous video of, well, I'm calorie counting, but I ate takeout the entire day. It's okay. Calories are a really, good guideline. Nutrition is also a really good, thing to begin to understand, dissect, analyze, understanding what your diet is and how the nutrients are benefiting you and where they're coming from, important as well.
But at some point or another, yeah, most people in my family have had weight issues. It's not as severe as me. My sister is, yeah. She goes to the gym every day. And honestly, I'm relieved because I love her and I wouldn't wish this on her.
Okay, so that sentence made me kind of upset. Because, I'm sorry, Foodie, but you have put yourself in this position. So saying that you wouldn't wish it on someone else, just reads really curious. Because it's acknowledgement that, your position is not great. But again, your actions and your words do not match up. Or perhaps I'm reading too much into the intent of that statement. But yeah.
My mom is shorter than me. They say addiction is genetic. Sorry. And I believe that because my dad was an addict. Well, is an addict. Food and alcohol, so... Get off my lawn!
That one was just for fun.
Oh, I hate Quest bars. I hate those like bars and stuff like that.
Okay, so we've moved on from the family chat. We can get back to foodie.
I was watching people get weight loss surgery, like in Canada.
Oh, I don't know why I kept this.
This girl, she showed like...
I'm not going to lie. That story didn't have an end. And anyone feel free to fact check me. Because I was interested. What I do when I'm putting the clip show together is usually I have it running in the background, headphones on, go about my day, do the things around the house. And then when an interesting talking point comes up, sprint back to the computer, which is great for my legs. Sprint back to the computer, rewind a couple of seconds, and then clip it out. I was here for a good, 5 minutes waiting for there to be a point to that story. There was not. I would have been interested in what Foodie was going to say in regards to the media she was consuming in reference to weight loss surgery. I think that could have been a great talking point. Did we actually get anywhere with that? No. The run-on sentences and the refusal to finish a story is real.
I used to put their food on the ground, Catherine.
I think so too.
I don't know how it just became a habit for them to come up here. I guess I could put, I don't know. I guess also I just kind of feel like for them it's like, I feel like the floor has all crumbs and stuff sometimes, like hair flying around. And I don't want stuff to get in their food,
They are animals, Foodie. They're cats. So an interesting talking point there in regards to the feeding behavior of the cats. I think just for general hygiene purposes, I think it may be beneficial for the cats to have shit in their food. I'm not saying that you should aim for that, but I'm just saying if there is dust or hair in the cat's food, I think that that's a little less impactful than, the cats being on your food surfaces. That's how I need to say that. That's how I can politely say that. Sarah says, but they clean their own butts. Well, you're very right, Sarah. That's what I mean. The impact of the animals' food being on the floor, I think, less important somehow than the impact of the animals being on your preparation surfaces. That's just my understanding from that. I mean, love your animals, absolutely. This, I think, and just, it doesn't make sense to me. This reasoning doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know. Honestly, if I didn't, there's no room in the freezer, so it's going in the fridge. I probably won't even finish it. Remember those other booster juice? I still have those ones.
She said, remember those other booster juices? And I was like, I watch a lot of foodie content, but I do not remember. So it was probably in a live stream that I missed, and if it wasn't on a live stream...
I'm scared to empty them. Look, they're full. Excuse me. Sorry.
Okay. Message to future Zach and anyone who wants to hear it. Clean up after yourself. It'll put you in a good headspace to walk into a clean room. It'll put you in a good headspace to wake up in a clean room. Clear space, clear mind, I think. So, leaving juice out to rot, literally rot, on a bench. Do yourself a kindness, future Zach, and pick up after yourself.
If I didn't smoke, I probably wouldn't want to even eat anything. That's how the Ozempic works, and it's not good because you feel sick, and I hate that feeling, so I smoke to feel better, but then I get slightly hungry.
I truly do not understand. Chat, help me understand. Help me understand taking a prescription medication with a specific goal in mind to then counter that with self-medication. Help me understand. Because I, again, not a professional, have no authority to speak on this. But, like, from what I understand that Foodie has presented, I'm not even talking about access to internet outside of this box that I'm in. I'm trapped. I'm talking about what Foodie has presented as fact, truth, however you want to see it. I'm not saying I always take that as 100% truth, because I'm quite cynical when it comes to this content now. There is no understanding today. I don't get it. It seems like they are two things that are not working in incompatibility. And I can't imagine that a healthcare professional has said, yeah, take this hunger suppressant, but also take something that is likely to, increase your hunger at the same time. It just seems strange. I'm at a loss, Emmy. I am also at a loss. Wibbly wobbly logic. It is very that. I don't know. I don't know. The conclusion that the audience has drawn, whether or not it is the truth of her subjectiveness, I don't think it's a big leap for the audience to say you're doing it because you want to eat. You're overriding the prescription with something else because you want to eat. Now, again, this is why I think like transparency in the how this medication is making me feel could have been an interesting take on all of this and may have helped in analyzing the physical feelings, the emotional feelings, all of that. I would have been here for it as an audience member and found it interesting. But instead, we just get vaping on live and then literally being told that the medicine makes me feel nauseous and not hungry, so I do this thing and then I feel a little bit hungry. It's very confusing.
How long have they been festering? I don't want to open them. Should I do it now? Should I rinse them out and put them in the trash right now? I'm bad like that. Sometimes I leave things like, remember that time I remember that time that I had that pot in my fridge for like a fucking year?
I didn't know this was a thing. But also, like, I'm sure everyone feels the same way in regards to both Foodie and Amber, sorry, where they'll say something and you'll instantly recognize a point in your past where it was like, yeah, I did that. I absolutely did that. Now, did I have the same dirty pot in my fridge for over a year? No, but I can tell you I've certainly kept pots of food that I had no intent of eating in my fridge for a good chunk of time. I recognize that. I absolutely recognize that. I don't do that anymore, though. I don't do that anymore. I did, but that was like university days, Zach. And now I don't do that, and that's all.
Oh boy. Ooh, it looks nasty. This was a hi Amberlynn. All right, I'm gonna do it. Oh no, I'm too queasy right now. I can't. I'm too queasy.
Also, like, leaving juice out on a countertop is just not it for me. Just thinking of what happens to all that sugar. Blech. Blech.
I'll do it offline. Spare you guys the gagging. Live shopping stream. I'm not going to be going anywhere tomorrow. I'm going to try to do a time warp because I was going to go... Our shopping stream is going to be Saturday. I have a special vlog on Friday. And tomorrow's Wednesday? Yeah, I want to try to do the time warp tomorrow. And then...
yes. Today.
I'm going to do probably a live stream on my actual birthday. A sore armpit.
Oh.
Smells fresh. No. I'm not getting a gigolo.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm becoming, even though I don't know, I'm grossed out by people, like, and I know I'm gross, so feel free to be grossed out by me too, but, like, somebody's spit or body stuff, I don't know. I want to get a doll. I want to get a doll.
Look, in a consensual situation, what you enjoy and the level of, like, enjoyment and aspects of enjoyment you have with another human being, great. Fine. Like what you like, I'm not gonna yuck your yum. Fine. But a curious topic of conversation while all of this is going on.
Boyfriend. Yeah, my cats don't gross me out, really. BBJ threw up on my pillow. Like, not my head pillow. I keep this pillow between my feet at night, and she loves to sleep on it, and it's like, I don't have room for my feet, BBJ. Oh, Bomb, I know, it's overwhelming. You can just log on to an app, Uber Eats, your cards are already programmed in there. Hi, Scissor Sister. Yeah, don't I know it? I order every day. Even if it's just coffee, you know?
I don't understand. Okay, how do I preface this? Because I kept that in for a specific talking point. I don't understand. I touched on this in Amber's video as well. Having so much time, and I've said it before, having so much time would lead me to very long stretches of boredom. And it did during lockdown. I didn't go to work for a good 2 or 3 months when COVID first began. Fortunately, Australia, very privileged position, things got moving quite quickly. But there were a good 3 months or so, 2 or 3 months, where I was at home doing nothing. And that time gave me a lot of ability to self-reflect, which was really good. I'd already started my weight loss journey, but it allowed me to kind of solidify a lot of what was going on. And it helped me. So having that much time, although a really shitty, like, high anxiety time period, obviously, it allowed me to take a lot of time for myself. I think that's where a lot of my confusion comes with Amber and Chantal, in that they have so much time that, like, you could, if you had this much time, just imagine, imagine what you could do with all of this time. Just imagine what you could do. I taught myself to bake. I taught myself to roller skate. I, like, watched a whole heap of this content and it inspired me. And then later on, I started up this. Like, the amount of things I could get done with all of this time would just be wonderful. So, Foodie can cook, right? She can cook. She understands the fundamentals of a kitchen. I didn't say well, because we've been seeing some real questionable material in this kitchen recently. But she can cook. So I don't understand. I don't understand any excuse to get delivery as frequently as she is telling us. I don't understand. I think that delivery is a thing for convenience sake, yes. A treat if you want, like a family thing, sure, totally understand. If you run out of time, absolutely get it. Like, delivery and takeout has a purpose in place. Here, I don't get it. I don't get it. Gypsum says, got my doctorate. Yeah, exactly. See, look, like, imagine all the things we could do with all of this time. I also wasn't profiting monetarily from being the spectacle. Wasted. I mean, that, but the lives draw question in that opinion for me as well, because it's like, I don't think there's that much. There's certainly not more to gain in a live stream, considering the density of them and the length of them recently. Like, I think you'd get much better return on investment if you took the hours of lives that we've been seeing and producing actual content. Like, even if it was the live to then just be privated, cropped, smashed up together, compilation, whatever. Foodie could do her own compilations, to be fair. But learning to cook better saved you during 2020, Book Lady. I think it saved a lot of people. Like, absolutely. I don't think there has been a point in human history where sourdough has been more keenly investigated. Modern history, perhaps, should be better said. So yeah, I just imagine having that much time again and again and again for like months, if not a year at this stage.
Hi, Scott Stevens! And she just like puked on it, and I was like, oh. I had to get up and clean it. That was the worst part. But I was like, it's okay.
Apoca, I agree.
The Tinder guy, no, I can't find him. So I don't know. I might just get myself a bunch of cupcakes, maybe. From my favorite cupcake place. I could order ahead. Or maybe a lemon tart from my favorite bakery. I'm gonna order something fancy.
Sure.
And then I need to get a grill. I'm gonna start making some things here at home. Some recipe videos.
But like, first of all, the diagnoses. Can we just acknowledge the healthcare journey that Chantal has taken us on in the last 3 months? Can we acknowledge it, please? Your liver, your pancreas, your spleen do not care that it is birthday week, miss. They do not care. They will continue to function day to day, and they are stressed out, I think, based on what we have been told. Now, I don't think cupcakes and lemon tart are necessarily going to benefit them. I might be wrong because I'm not a professional, but like, I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think so. I agree, Lottie. I will not be surprised if we get both cupcakes and the lemon tart. Because we've seen multiple cakes enter the household before. So that. In regards to the emotion of it all, it's concerning and confusing, and again, this is why the audience gets vocal about it, because utilizing elements of the emotional spectrum as justifications of I'm beezing, I'm misbehaving, I'm acting poorly because this is the way that I feel. Recognizing that we all have feelings, we all have emotions, we all deal with depression and anxiety. We all have things going on that we are not that each of us necessarily do not understand. I get that, but when you are showcasing it on a channel in this way and actively not treating it, right? And this goes for both physical and mental health in this discussion. Actively not treating it, actively not progressing, and not acknowledging the fact that I think things are getting worse. Because again, if we look at content from 12 months ago, it does look very different. And that's a whole discussion that will be very interesting to have about like how isolation over the last 12 months in the general population because of COVID. I'll be very interested to see what the outcome is in regards to the discussion of mental health, not because I'm a professional, but just because I'm a layman and it's kind of interesting. Because it is essentially worldwide isolation that occurred, which, you know, is a thing. It's an experience, and people will have thoughts, feelings, and theories about it all. But watching this versus 12 months ago is hard.
Just a couple, Sam. Because you're a big boy, you're chunky. Oh, yes, you. Here you go, Sam. You are a big man. Oh, a big man.
I have an eye doctor appointment finally April 8th, and I'm getting new glasses.
Snowing, thank you so much for the super chat. Snowing says, scared of dairy in the late 80s, hit 50s osteoporosis. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. 5 broken bones in 4 years, that's a lot. I'm very fortunate that I've not had any broken bones, touch wood. But I hope you're managing that well, and or as well as you can. And thank you for the super chat as well. And thank you, Danielle, as well, for the super chat. Good morning, hello. Thank you so much for your content. Oh, it is my absolute pleasure. Thank you for enjoying it. Rehab, a bad knee, a flare-up of ED, and my older dog has started having, seizures. I'm very sorry, Danielle. Your lives are really helping me cope. Danielle, if I can be of any assistance, I mean, even if it is just, noise in the background, you're more than welcome to it, and thank you. Thank you for the super chat. I hope Doggo's feeling okay.
And I'm going to wear them all the time. I ordered Booster Juice. I just want a smoothie and one of their chicken wraps.
Yes.
Chipotle wrap.
This is just a wrap up.
Oh, my stomach is weird today.
Oh no, we just returned. Sorry team. I had that on loop. Anyway, we're going back. We're going back to me. Sorry team. That was a mild confusion on my part. So, it was all low fat, no dairy in the 80s. It is interesting to see how the perception of fats versus carbs has changed in the last 40 years, specifically 40, 50 years. It is quite interesting. Yeah, that was my fault. Oops. Okay. So, look. There was nothing groundbreaking. There was no massive revelations in that live stream. I thought it was just a thing to note that there were discussions of family health. We're expecting new set of glasses, which I'm here for. We have put a monetary amount to the car. They are all just little notes in the timeline and narrative that is the channel Foodie Beauty. God. I wonder if anyone ever thought that YouTube would end up here, where we are. Wild. It's wild. Anyway, Mess Merit, I absolutely agree. I'm thankful every day that this quarter of the internet exists and allows me not only just a platform to speak on, but allows the audience to, have the ability to come together on similar either experiences or opinions. So I'm very, very thankful for everyone who's here. And who continues to come here. It's great. I'm going to pack it in. Stomach still feeling a little bit queasy, so I might take up the offer for some ginger. I'll make a little ginger tea and see if that settles it down. If there is a time warp, which is what we have been told, if there is a time warp today, I'm going to take it live, so expect a little notification if you have that bell turned on. Over 700 of you guys joining me. Thank you all so much for being here. If you'd like to leave a like on the way out, I'd very much like that. And that's it from me. I'm going to go make myself feel better. So I'll see you all in the next video and or live stream. Bye!